Hi
Hi.
everyone.
What's up?
So we are back, and today we're here with Andrew. Our
I'm
guest.
Andrew, the guest. Yeah, I'm Andrew.
Andrew, and we are conversation number 9. So today we're gonna talk about
The tension between the East and West.
So basically, 90s rappers.
90s rappers.
Yes.
So I was raised in the 90s, right? So I kind of
Yes.
know a little bit about it. But Andrew here, he loves rap, so
Old
Yeah.
and new school, so it doesn't matter.
old and new. So okay, so today, do you wanna?
Yeah, we'll start off. So, who are they, right? Who are these rappers?
How did it all begin? With
yes.
who was
Who? Yeah.
the? What do you say? How do you say it? Cult? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. So, who was the? What was the beginning of it? Who were the people involved?
Yes, and there was 2 rappers, right? And
Yes.
first one was Notorious B.I.G., also well known as his real name,
Christopher Wallace.
Christopher Wallace, and he was a New York-based rapper.
Okay.
And the second was Tupac Shakur, Los Angeles-based rapper. So these are the 2 main dudes.
So in that time, in the 90s, they were big, right?
yeah,
They were like. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry. So yeah, they were big rappers, and yeah. So
They were like the equivalent of A-list actors or something.
yeah, because they were like, and they were coming up really fast
Yeah.
too. Sorry, guys. Claim that. There you go. Okay. So
we're gonna get into what happened.
what
right?
happened?
What happened? So it, like we said,
So let's talk about a little bit, like about
Some
who
little
they are.
background.
Yeah, what they are. What? Yeah, go ahead.
Kind of like their
so,
feud.
so yeah, so we, like we said, it started in the 1990s, and it was a rivalry between the East and West Coast. Yeah, so rivalry between the East and West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
and it began with an elevator incident with Tupac, right? That's
Yeah.
where it
Yeah,
So-
he was entering Biggie's Biggie's
his hood.
no, not his hood.
Because
It,
he
it
went
was
to-
it was like a record label building.
Yeah.
They were gonna make like a track together or an album, whatever. But basically, what's his name? Biggie and his manager were waiting for Tupac to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
But when Tupac arrived, he had an incident where he got like robbed and shot around like the elevators. And Tupac was hospitalized, and he basically blamed them for everything that
Yeah.
happened.
Because before this all happened, Tupac and Biggie were good friends.
Yes.
Like they would come out in music. They even met up at a club, and they would say what's up to each other and hang out, right?
And they intended to make a song together, right? That was
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. And so that was the reason why Biggie was there. Or I'm sorry, Tupac was there in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
So like he said, he got robbed in the elevator, and then I'm thinking that he felt like, hey, this is your hood. You should have things under control. Like, why is this dude, like, how did he know I was gonna be there anyway? You know, like,
yeah,
you
it
can
just-
kind of start thinking, like, his mind started going,
Yeah.
right?
He thought it was like a setup or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So
But it was really like wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm thinking, I mean,
Yeah.
unless it was somebody that overheard or a friend of a friend, hey, Tupac's coming, you know, like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There was a lot of factors that came into play, but yeah. So he got shot. What day was it?
November 30th, 1994.
1994. So he got shot at the elevator. And so what happened?
So then, I guess maybe shortly after that, Biggie released a song. Well, I mean, yeah, it was released, right?
Yeah.
But it was written
It
prior
was,
to that incident.
it was written and made before that
Yeah,
event.
and it was called.
But he just released it after he got shot.
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
around that time.
And it was called "Who Shot Ya?"
Okay. And what are some of the words in that song?
Like,
Or what is it pretty much? What is it talking about?
it's talking about like Biggie's life in crime in Brooklyn when he was participating in crime, robbing people, shooting people for like, I don't know, $5,000 or something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So it pretty much didn't have nothing to do with Tupac.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it seemed.
It just made like, it was like a storytelling music video in a way.
So I guess Tupac took it the wrong way.
Yeah.
When the song came out, he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, first they don't protect me. Now they're taunting me with this song."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it kind
It could.
of
It's
bad
just-
timing for
yeah,
sure.
it is.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
Okay, so
So,
what happened next?
In '95, they had the Source Awards, right? And Suge Knight was there, and he called off Puff Daddy, right?
In 90, what was it?
95?
The Source Awards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I know.
he promoted his label, which was Death Row.
Mhm.
Puff Daddy's the biggest manager, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And so Puff Daddy was, or no, so Suge Knight is the promoter or the owner of Death Row
Yeah.
Records.
Yeah.
So Tupac was under his belt, and he was one of his best rappers at the time.
Yes.
And so when he went to the Source Awards, then he was calling out Puff Daddy's label, talking about, oh, you know, he's all up in the videos, dancing, coming out in the music, or, you know, trying to be in the. So he kind of was throwing like low blows.
Yeah.
And so,
He was calling him out, basically.
yeah, calling him out. And then he said, come to Death Row instead if you want to
Yeah.
get taken care of. So I feel like that's when it started to get really tense, right?
Yeah. So the Snoop Dogg was also involved in the drama.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg was he called them out too, right?
Yeah, and then like the Dog Pound would make like a music video in New York, and then it got like into a shooting or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was definitely like
But he was definitely not feeling the love from New York, right?
yeah. So he also called them out. So he was like, hey, what, you guys don't got no love for
the
Snoop
West
Dogg and
Coast.
the West Coast? Yeah. So
they weren't welcome at all.
they were not welcome, and people were just booing them. There's
Yeah.
a video, you can see
Yeah,
this all
there's
online. There's videos, so it's
Yeah.
pretty tense.
And then Tupac hit him up with a diss song called "Hit 'Em Up," right?
Yeah.
And what does this song talk about, Andrew?
Like he's basically making fun of Biggie, disrespecting him, and talking about like past issues and how like he cheated on his wife cheated on him with him or something.
Yeah. So it gets pretty personal.
Yeah.
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 And then in September 7th, 1996, Tupac was shot, but in a drive-by shooting.
Again.
Yeah, and on Flamingo Street and Cobo Lane in Vegas,
In Las Vegas.
And he was taken to the hospital, and he died 6 days later.
That's crazy. So, at the time, right, he was with Suge Knight when he got shot. So, and this happened in Las Vegas.
Yes.
So it was definitely closer to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And he died. So that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well,
And
like a day before, wasn't he like fighting like some guy named Lando or something?
Orlando.
Orlando
Oh, yeah.
Anderson, in like a casino.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a video too online of where it shows Tupac and his crew jumping this guy at one of the casinos, right? And so they think, you know, it almost seemed like it was a gang-related fight. So
Yeah.
I guess I guess he was a prime suspect of the shooting. So they thought Orlando did it and his crew because he got jumped earlier that day. So, but it was
Yeah.
never concluded. Like it was never really
Proven.
that it was him. There wasn't enough evidence to actually have a suspect, like
Yeah.
a legitimate suspect.
So yeah, like you mentioned, he was considered the shooter, but the Las Vegas police discounted that,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
him as a suspect.
And he died
And-
like 3 years later.
Yeah, he died. He was killed in an unrelated gang shooting 2 years after.
2
that.
years after
Yeah.
Tupac's death.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then 6 months after that incident, Notorious B.I.G. was killed March 9, 1997 in
Mhm.
Los Angeles, and it was also a drive-by shooting.
He was leaving an award ceremony this time.
It was like a club, right?
It was like
it was
an
at
awards.
night. Yeah. So before Biggie died, Biggie had released, because blame started to happen. They're like, oh, Biggie killed Tupac, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, because of all this drama, all this
Yeah.
rap stuff that was happening. So they started pointing fingers. It was Biggie. Biggie came out and said, "Hey, it wasn't me. I was cool with him. I was never involved in any of those shootings. So it was definitely not me." And then he died the same way.
Yeah.
Which is coincidental, right? Like, it's crazy how
That's really weird.
it's weird.
In different cities.
Yeah, and so people started thinking, oh, well, they got him because he killed Tupac, and now, they had to kill him because he had to pay with his life. But also, Biggie's death and his shooting was never concluded either.
Yeah.
So they never found the shooter. They didn't know, there was not enough evidence. And at the time that Biggie got shot, Puff Daddy was in the car with him. Or no, he wasn't in the car, I think, in front of him, right? Because he got off and then he went and saw that he was dead.
On both cars, Sludge Knight was with Tupac, but he didn't get shot neither.
Yeah. See, both promoters were in the cars. That's so weird. And now that you're saying
that is weird.
And Biggie's girlfriend was in the backseat too.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
But she wasn't hurt?
No one was hurt.
Just him.
Yeah.
So it was, their goal was to kill him only.
Yeah.
Like, it was like almost like a personal, right?
Yeah.
The way it seems. So yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. And then, P. Diddy did write a song about that, right?
P. Diddy wrote a song for him. Biggie did have a family. He had kids.
Yeah. He had a daughter, right?
He had a daughter, so P. Diddy promised to watch over them, and which is sad. It's sad, but it's good that he stepped up,
Yeah.
And Sludge Knight had other successful artists in his label and focused more on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane. So that's it. That's all you have.
Yeah. For background information, do you want to get into theories?
Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Andrew,
I think,
our guest. Andrew.
I think Sludge Knight did kill Tupac because he had a bunch of other successful artists,
Mm-hmm.
but how when it's sad to say, but when a famous person dies, you can make a lot of money off their death.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah, so it can make him more rich, but it's kind of sad that
Backfired.
if it did work, it's kind of sad it didn't work because Sludge Knight's basically dead broke right now and he's in jail. So
For murdering someone.
yeah.
I agree. I think I always tell him it was definitely Suge Knight. I think because first of all, Suge Knight was like a gang, I don't know, member. I don't know. But he was definitely, they call them Bloods, right? Because he would always wear the red. And I think he definitely had, a short temper. He would always be angry, and if he lost his temper, he would, take it out on people, or he would beat people up. And even recently, the reason why he's in jail was because he ran somebody over because he was upset over the Straight Outta Compton movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
that's why?
Yeah. He, found the guy at a taco place. I don't know what it was, a restaurant. And he just, backed his car up and ran him over. Killed him.
It did seem like the man had a short temper, right?
Had a short temper.
I mean, and if he didn't feel anything doing that to that poor lad,
He also had
No.
what do you think?
He also had more successful artists in his label. No, he had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
He had Snoop Dogg. Yeah, that's true.
Dog Pound, a couple more.
And he also was making money out of Tupac's death.
Yeah.
And so his mom, Tupac's mom, had to go to court and fight him over the rights to his image because he was taking everything. And even Tupac, when he died, he was wasn't there something about money? He didn't have enough money to cover for everything that supposedly Suge Knight would give him and all the luxurious stuff. Pretty much Suge Knight was
The label got the
jacking
money.
him.
The label basically got the money.
Yeah, and so it got pretty crazy. I mean, but after their death, their music was still alive. It was still, people still loved it. Even now, people
It's
still love it.
relevant.
Yeah.
Still relevant today.
It's considered good remade songs put together. And
Yeah,
stuff.
and then people use it as skits for their songs.
Yeah.
Inspirations
But-
for other
yeah.
artists.
But yeah, I think Suge Knight definitely is a murderer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was Biggie because he just didn't seem like that type of person. You know, and
Nor
even
did he have anything to do with.
even when you know, Tupac did his song, it just like I feel like Biggie didn't like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't like do a diss song
Back.
like come on, like he came up with the going back to Cali, you know?
Yeah, he was.
And kind of talking about like, hey, can I just go to the West Coast? You know, like he just seemed kind of like just chill about it. Like, can we just like make peace? Like this wasn't me. You know, he didn't seem like a guilty person.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't. He seemed like he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he just lived a rough childhood, you know?
Yeah.
Which Tupac did too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that kind of built an insecurity for both of them growing
Yeah.
up, you know, and not trusting anybody.
But do you feel like Tupac seemed more problematic?
He was more out there, like
Yeah, I
he was
feel like-
more than Biggie. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was more out
Yeah.
there. I just feel like he kind of felt, you know, I kind of get it why he kind of thought it was them.
Yeah.
You know, but still, like, I felt like it got too heated too soon.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like even after their deaths, like the rivalry was still going on. There was people fighting, even rappers, like people
Yeah.
would still like bag on each other and like rap against each other, right?
Yeah, but there was like some like that keep the harmony.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
tried like to stop
Yeah.
it, but eventually it like died down.
Yeah, like Big Pun, like the fat Puerto Rican rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he liked the West Coast, but he died like in 2000 or 2001.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so now, like, what about the rappers now? Like, how are they? Like, are they still, you know, is there still that rivalry, or are they
No.
now more like collaborations and?
There are more collaborations and rap beats purposely to make more money off it.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah.
Collaborations do make more money.
Yeah. And I feel like that
Attention to get you more money.
it's kind of died down already.
Dude, I would like just imagine like
Like
Tupac and Biggie making like collaborations.
Like for example, like 6ix9ine, he has a lot of attention. That's why he gets a lot of money. You know.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy. Any other theories?
Yeah, I just felt like for another reason that it wasn't Biggie was because like, okay, yeah, it happened in his like neighborhood, but I feel like how could he have enough control of that? You
Isn't-
know what I mean? Like even of an entire city. Like that just seems like more mafia connections. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Isn't,
like that would put you in control with that power, you know?
Isn't like a record label secured, like a building like those or no?
Yeah, that's true.
They should be,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But
I mean,
I guess what
I
you're
mean,
saying,
come
I
on, like
understand
think
what
about
you're
it. Like
saying.
Suge Knight. Do you think Suge Knight had connections?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I see where like he was coming from because I mean it did happen at the record label place, you know?
Like, so what if it would have been the other way around? Like, what if like Biggie would have got shot in Suge Knight's building?
Okay, so like if you're doing the Suge Knight theory,
Yeah.
what would be his motive for doing that? What would he get out of this rivalry if he's the one who started the rivalry?
Well, first he killed Tupac, right?
But like the elevator incident, like starting with that,
Oh,
like
the
creating a rivalry, like what do you get out of that?
No, I don't know. I don't think Suge Knight had anything to do with that elevator one.
Because
That
they weren't really connected in that time.
Yeah, they hadn't established that connection yet.
Okay.
So I think that I don't know. I personally I think that it was just somebody that knew that Tupac was coming that day from their crew
yeah.
and said, "Hey, he's gonna have gold on him. He's gonna have money. We should like do this, you know."
Yeah.
And they did it, and it was something that just went wrong, and then blame started to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think after that,
Because
then Suge Knight took advantage of that blame, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna swoop, you know, swoop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this guy." But
Get
and like
rid
he
of-
said, it could be benefit like money,
Yeah, that's
like,
what I was thinking. Like, if
or he was just jealous of Tupac.
yeah, if
I mean-
it came down to motive, maybe it was
Because when
like you said.
Tupac died got shot in the record studio
Mhm.
in the elevator, Biggie and Puff Daddy were making a song
song.
by Junior Mafia. I think it's called Players Anthem.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was the song they were making exactly when Tupac showed up, and then that's when he got robbed. Yeah.
It's crazy. And then the elevator went up and it opened up and he saw them and they're like, oh, you know, they were like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what happened?" You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just feel like
Wrong place at the wrong time.
I don't trust Suge Knight. I'm sorry. He cray.
I mean, he ran over that guy.
For NWA.
Yeah,
You know?
because he was mad at the NWA movie
Wow.
producers.
So he's got like a temperament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you even like that movie, the NWA one?
I didn't see it.
I liked it. It was good.
What about All Eyes on Me?
I liked NWA,
Yeah.
but I was kind of disappointed that Dr. Dre had a lot of control over the movie.
Well, it wasn't it a Dr. Dre movie more?
That's why, because he had more control over it. That's why I said it made it more his point of view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Because
But it
like,
was a good movie. Like the Easy E part. Like I mean, sad.
Yeah.
It was sad, and you know he was good. I liked him. I liked his music, but yeah. And then like at the end when they were all gonna get together and do it again, you know, like
Yeah.
he ended up passing.
His AIDS complications.
I
Right
know.
now. Yeah.
So, I mean, good music though.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
still
For
listen
sure.
to it. Yeah.
Well structured with hooks.
Who do you like more? Which music, like Biggie or Tupac?
That's kind of hard because like if I listen to West or East, I've had more time listening to East Coast rappers.
Really?
Yeah, like Mobb Deep,
Mhm.
Big L, and Nas. Yeah.
What about you, Eileen?
I feel like Tupac, man, because I feel like when you're like in LA, it's just like it's the perfect thing to listen to get you in that LA vibe.
I mean, but Biggie's got hits too.
I mean,
though.
he's got good music too, dude. He does, you know.
I find it really hard to choose.
But it's because like being an LAan, it's just like I don't know.
A Martian from LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like both of their music. I don't know. I can't really choose.
They both got good music.
They do.
Yeah.
What about Atlanta?
But then they also have like I feel like what is it? Tupac has more like crazy music,
Yeah.
like what he raps about. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it gets a little tense for me. Like
Yeah.
oh, that's too much.
Yeah,
Like the
and,
melodies and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, like
Biggie's
what
a
he
little more
raps
chill
about.
about it, right?
Yeah.
What about Atlanta?
What like his melodies, like what he's rapping about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you like Atlanta music too?
Yeah, like Outkast.
Oh yeah, they're good. But yeah, do you guys have anything else to say about the East and West?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Have you ever been to New York?
No,
No. No. Mm-mm.
no one's been to New York, just LA.
When we
Yeah.
do, we're gonna listen to Biggie.
When we go to
Yeah, and we'll go
To
to
New York.
We'll go to Staten Island with the Wu-Tang members' childhood homes.
yeah. Well, if you guys have anything else to add, if you like this video,
Like,
please
subscribe,
subscribe. Yes.
push the bell if you want to keep up with us.
Yeah, and if you guys want any other content, if any suggestions, please let us know. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.